think he's probably just going to do it again. And then if it doesn't work, then he'll probably go for the mix-up here in game number 4. But we're going to be starting game number 3 between XiaOt and MC. I would expect another 4-gate from XiaOt, because this is a pretty good map for a 4-gate. MC did a decent job of holding that off last time, but we'll see what happens here. Why did my scoreboard go away? There we go. So we are back on Terminus to see that MC is now the Red Protoss at the 12 o'clock position here on Terminus SC. His opponent is going to be CCM.XiaOt as the Blue Protoss over here at the 9 o'clock position. And we'll see how this goes, but I would kind of expect another 4-gate from XiaOt, at least, because I mean, if you look at the map architecture, there's just a lot of places to put pylons. You can put it here and warp into the low ground. You can just put it out here. You can put it in the natural. You can put it down here. Even over here at this mineral base, you can put it right next on the high ground above this watchtower. There's so many just excellent places to drop these pylons, even like right here under the ramp, and go for just really aggressive attacks. It's pretty just good map for that. And XiaOt, he worked pretty well in the first game. The second game, he just didn't want to commit to it. And, you know, he just turned around game number 3, picked another map that's really good for the 4-gate. So, if it doesn't work this game, I would expect him to throw the change-up, because he is a pretty versatile player, and he's capable of mixing up his play, but I just don't see that happening here on Terminus. Both players sending out their scouting probes, and MC is going to find XiaOt significantly sooner. If XiaOt is paying attention, then he won't scout the base over here at the 3 o'clock position, because with the really quick scout from MC, he'll know that he's in one of the close bases, and right when the probe arrives from MC is where he's going to scout out 6 o'clock. So he'll be aware, oh, okay, you're not over at 3, so that means you're up at 12 o'clock. Players will know where each other are pretty aggressively, or pretty quickly. There we go. That's the correct word. Sorry, I've been awake for a while, so if I just use the wrong word, forgive me. We had some scheduling confusion about this tournament. Didn't quite think it was going to take this long, but both players do have their Cybernetics core on the way. Watching them pretty closely. Don't see an aggressive second gas from either player. And especially with XiaOt, where he started that second gas right when his Cybernetics core finished, then canceled it as soon as the probe left his base. So, yeah, well, there we go. You can see that XiaOt was paying pretty good attention to when that probe arrived. He did send that probe immediately across map, not scouting the 3 o'clock base. So he's going to be able to get in here and get some scouting before that Stalker pops out. And this is very important, because if he went to the 3 o'clock base first, Stalker would probably already be out by the time the probe got there, and he wouldn't really be able to get too much scouting information. So that way, since he was paying enough attention, he was able to take a look around the base of MC. He does take 2 hits from the probe there, almost letting it die, but he was trying to make it look like he's going to steal the gas, trying to force MC into building that assimilator a little sooner than he wanted to, but he doesn't quite fall for that. Stalker is going to pop out. Oh, that probe is barely going to go down. Just a little tiny thing, but slight advantage for MC there, getting the scouting probe. And as we look back to both players, neither one dropping those extra gateways yet. Uh-oh, MC is going a little bit faster with his gateways, but still don't see the 4th gate from MC. He doesn't really seem to like the 4-gate right now. Uh-oh, DTs? Are we going to see Dark Templars from XiaOt? If you look at this, I mean, he's got 2-gate Twilight Council, and normally when you see this, instead of Blink, it usually is timed out pretty well to get that Dark Shrine down. He can start his 3rd gateway a little bit after this finishes, and then drop that Dark Shrine. So, I'm thinking XiaOt is going to be going for Dark Templars. We did see this work rather well for Love CD on this map in the first semifinals, so we'll see if he actually does go for that. MC's warp gates have finished, but no, he is not going to be going for Dark Templar. He's just going for very aggressive Blink and a little bit delayed 3rd gateway. So if he does get a sentry out, he should be able to hold anything too crazy from MC, but MC is going to be starting his own Twilight Council, so both players are going to have Blink relatively quickly. XiaOt is going to be done just a little bit sooner. As we went for this mix-up in the build, sometimes this means that you'll see Dark Templars, but he's wanted the really fast Blink. He kind of delayed some other things just to get that Twilight Council out as fast as possible. And you can see that his Stalker count is up there at this point. Main issue is there's not too much he can do with that, because he has no way of really blinking into his opponent's base. And MC is using a rather defensive build at the moment, so he's not going to be able to just aggressively blink in here without an Observer, without a Hallucinated Phoenix, or anything like that. So Blink is finishing, he's going to walk right up to MC, and you can see there's just not enough Stalkers to make anything happen here. He's going to be going for that Pylon. Oh my god, did he cancel Blink and go for... Oh, MC actually canceling Blink and going for the Dark Shrine. Because he did get a look at XiaOt poking around under his ramp, so he thinks that XiaOt is going for the 4-gate again. So now he's going for the reactionary Dark Templar. He does need to hold this attack first, but he should be able to do that with this many Zealots and Stalkers here holding this. But MC getting caught a little bit off guard with his Stalkers not paying close enough attention. Zealots getting in here, but the Zealots just doing a tremendous amount of damage. XiaOt still taking down a lot of Stalkers. In the process, though, is going to be the main problem. That one Stalker now finally going down. MC needs to get some more units out here, needs more Stalkers to hold this. But XiaOt did do a good amount of damage. Dark Shrine's just about to finish. If MC can hold this without the Dark Templars, he will be in a really good spot, but it looks like he might have to use the Dark Templars defensively here. Oh no. Oh, barely going to be able to push away XiaOt, and that's going to help him out a lot. As he chases away XiaOt, he does not have to use those Dark Templars defensively. Now he can warp them in and start sending them across the map. You can see that XiaOt is only just now starting that robotics facility because he was being so aggressive. So this Dark Templar is going to have a pretty good opportunity of doing economic damage. This Observer is going to be pretty late. This might even force an immediate GG from XiaOt once it starts chopping away at his probes. If XiaOt is paying attention, he could drop a force field. He is paying attention. Really well done there. He did see that Dark Templar go by the pylon and saw the blur. Is able to force field that out. He has another force field. Needs to get that down in time. There we go. Robotics facility will finish. Looks like he might actually be able to get an Observer out in time. That was really well done by XiaOt. He had absolutely no vision on those Dark Templars. His only way of seeing it was seeing the distortion walking by the pylons. Now doing a good job of blocking them with his Zealots. He can't afford to sacrifice the sentries to keep them out is a problem. And he is losing quite a few units to these Dark Templars now, but this Observer's halfway done, getting chrono boosted. He should be able to defend even with these lost units. The Dark Templars not doing enough damage is a big hit, but look at this. MC now pushing with a huge army, not overcommitting to those Dark Templars, now pushing back, morphing in an Archon. So he's not going to get too aggressive here. Now he's got a huge army with the Archon attacking up the ramp. There means no force fields for you, XiaOt, and I don't think he can hold this. Using that Archon to tank a good amount of damage. XiaOt blinking forward, trying to kill it. I don't know what that force field was. Because, yeah, the Archon is massive. And look at this. Can he get that Archon up? It only has 10 health. If he can use that Archon to crush the force field, that will be pretty much game. But he can't really afford to move the Archon forward because it will just die. But anyways, MC has broken the ramp. There's the GG from XiaOt. Even though he did stop those Dark Templars from getting into his base, he lost too many units in the process. And that allowed MC just to back off, morph it into an Archon. It was a really good job of him not overcommitting to the Dark Templars and just warping in a lot of reinforcement Stalkers and Zealots and just going for that kill. So really well done there by MC, and he's going to take the lead in the series 2-1.